let me show you what's going on in Brenda's quilting studio today. I've got a grand quilt up here. She's a good size gal. She's 108 inches top to bottom, 90 inches side to side. Well, when she brought it in, she brought this gorgeous, gorgeous backing that is literally 108 inches. It's the fabulous ombre that goes from the dark down into the light. You can see it gets really light here and then back into the dark again. But as you know, this is literally 108 inches of backing, and that's not going to work for a 108-inch quilt. So I gave her a couple of options. I said something you can do is just add any piece, and we need a good size piece, like a whole foot, possibly a whole 12 inches of a swath. It could be top or bottom or anywhere in the center. Something coordinating would be my opinion, but I guess you could put anything in there that you felt like would work with the front of the quilt. What she ended up doing was finding this gorgeous piece of the dark violet purple that matches so nicely with the top of the ombre right there. Isn't that fantastic? So she brought it over. She doesn't live here, so she requested that I take care of this. And so I spliced this together, the piece that she brought me, and I attached it to what we're talking about being the bottom of the backing. Technically, of course, the top and bottom look exactly the same, but this is the backing. And then I started the quilt in a way that her and I considered upside down, starting it from the bottom, putting the bottom on first. And I'm going to tell you how we know that this was the bottom. You can see there's a great distance of the white section before we get to the fantastic dahlia that's in the center, where the top of the quilt has a lot less white, top to the dahlia here, and side to side about the same distance. So these are fairly equal as to where the dahlia is fitting, but right here, this is much, much longer. Now, that makes sense. She wants that on the bottom because she doesn't really want to have that. She wasn't very happy to have to do it. I totally get it. She bought that gorgeous piece of fabric, so I totally get why she didn't want to do this, but it did need to happen. And so I said, hey, let's put it in a place that's less conspicuous. We'll put it on the bottom. That way it's going to hang over the edge of your bed. This way the dahlia will fit more in the center of the bed when the bed is made, if you think about it, and all this will be draping over the bottom. So that's the difference. That's why we're calling this the bottom of the top of the quilt, and this is the bottom of the backing of the quilt. And I think she's going to turn out amazing. So that's a way that you can handle it. If your back isn't quite big enough, friends, add a second piece. It doesn't have to be on the very end. It could be anywhere along the quilt backing itself. But in this case, she really didn't want to interrupt the gorgeousness of this design. And I tell you, it's hardly going to be noticeable. It's so nice, dark and purple right here. It's going to blend right into that. It's going to be fantastic. Stay tuned. Going to have plenty of videos of this gorgeous one getting done along the way.